All right, so this is the tutorial for the VCP 225, just a walk cycle tutorial. Okay. First thing you're going to want to do is we need a rig that we're going to use in order to make our animation. So if you go online, you should be able to go to my website, teachmecone.com. All right. Okay. Then go to VCP and go to class 2 here. If you scroll down to this assignment down here, you'll see that you can go download this rig. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on here, and it's going to save it. All right. And then I am going to click on this to open it, and I'm going to double click on it, which will unzip it. And when you open it up, you'll see there's the file right there. I'm just going to take that and drop that to my desktop so I have it for later. Okay. And that is showing up right there. All right, so that's good. That's what I needed from there. All right, so next what I need is my Maya scene. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and make a new project because we're doing a new project. So I'm gonna do project window. I'm gonna hit new, and I'm gonna do cone underscore walk cycle, and the location, I'm gonna choose the desktop, hit select, and hit accept. Yay, okay. So that will automatically make that, where are you? It'll automatically make this project window here. So I'm gonna open this up, and in my scenes folder, I need to put that rig file. So I'm just drop that right into the scenes folder of my project folder I just made. Beautiful, okay. So now we can start working. So I'm just gonna go ahead and file, and I'm gonna create a reference. And you'll see it'll go right to that scenes folder, and that's right where that rig is I just dropped, and hit reference, and then he will be popping in here shortly, and I'm just gonna hit whatever. Hopefully that's not a big deal. We'll find out later, I guess. Okay, so good. So let's do this. So what I need to do is I'm gonna go ahead and take this, and I'm gonna move this down a little. Okay, I need to do that because I need to animate these legs going back and forth. But you can see they automatically stretch right off the bat because they're fully extended. So I need to put this down a little bit so that there is actually room for the legs to go forward without them snapping. Okay, so I'm take that one, go this one, and put this one back. We're going to animate the legs first. We're going to do a layered approach, and also make sure I go from 1 to 24 because it's basically 12 frames per step. Okay, great. Now I'm going to go make sure I'm on frame 1. I'll click here, and I'll select this one as well. And I want to position it as far as I can get them without them being snapping completely straight. I'm going to go ahead and key. Now the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on this right here. This is the auto key, okay? So I'm going to click on that, and now whenever I do anything, such as over here, and I move this, you'll see it'll automatically make that key. I don't have to hit S, okay? So right at 12, I'm basically going to reverse this. I'm going to take this, put this one forward, take this one, put this one back, and right there, okay? And then I just need, I'm gonna select both of these, and I need to basically copy what's frame 1. I'm gonna middle mouse button, click and drag to frame 24. And now if I hit play, it'll look like he's skiing, which is great. It's also, if you look, it's going way too fast, right? It's not actually playing 24 frames per second. So I'm gonna hit this little gear here. You can see it says play every frame, all right? I'm gonna switch this to real time 24 frames per second and then hit save. Now, if I hit play, okay, that's more accurate. Okay, so we did our streams first. These are the contact poses, okay? Now what we need to do is our key in between, which is gonna be the passing position in this case, okay? So as this leg comes forward, it should be coming up, right? I'm gonna switch this to channel box. I'm just going to see what we have as far as this stuff is concerned. Okay. It's going to come up, and your foot's actually going to drag a little too. So you'll notice that your foot barely stays off the ground. That's why it's so easy to stub your toe. Okay. Maybe even go up a little bit more. I'm going to make this guy a little more frisky. So we're going to go down a little. Okay. Good. And right here you can see, because it did the auto key, it only auto keys the things that you affected. I only affected the up position and the rotate, which means here I only affected the back and forth, so it's still, there's no keys to say to be straight. So I'm going to take my translate Y, I'm going to type in 0 to make it on the ground. I take my rotate X and type in 0 to make it flat, okay? So this way it goes up and it's flat. Now I need to do the same thing here. on this one, and this time it's going to be 18 because that's a halfway between 12 and 24. I'm going to go up, okay, and I'm going to rotate down. Beauteous. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. Good. And now you'll see before it, that key again had the same problem. So I'm going to zero this out, and I'm going to zero this out, and now that foot will be flat there. So it'll go boom, and then here it actually goes flat because I had keyed everything because I had a copy and I did hit S. When you hit S, it keys every attribute. Okay. So now if you look, it's looking a little bit better, looking a little bit more like a walk. But it'd be nice if there's a little more flop to this. So what we're going to do is, this comes back, right? Yep. I'm going to take this one, and I'm actually going to pitch it up a little bit like that. Okay? And then I'm going to go 2 frames after, and then I'm going to zero this rotation back down. Okay? So it goes swoop. And I got to take this one, and I got to copy it to 24. 1 and 24, you're always going to have to copy. So now you'll see it will... All right, I didn't apparently copy. Let's try that again. Boom. S. Oh, it's still engaged up there, so I have to click here, and then I'll hit S, and now it'll do it. There we go. All right. All right, looks a little bit better, right? Nice little flop there. Okay. Do the same thing with this one. So this comes forward, and right at 12, it should be bent up. Okay. And then I'm going to go 2 frames after to 14. I'm going to type in 0, and there we go. Okay. And when I hit play, nice. Not looking too bad. Okay. Next thing to do is the ball roll. So as your foot goes back, this heel will peel, okay? So I'm going to do is I'm going to go to 8 here, and I'm going to go, let me see which one it is. Oh, ball to toe I should have used. Oh, well. I'm going to go to ball here, and I need it to peel as it goes back, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set a key at 0 at 8, so it doesn't, so I just right click on it, I go key selected, so it does nothing. That makes sure it's zeroed here. And then at 12, I'm going to click on here, I'm going to middle mouse button, click and drag up to peel that heel. So it goes, so it peels as it comes back, and I'm going to go 2 frames after, and I'm going to zero this out, okay? And then maybe I'll take this and go, we'll go to 16. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Transition didn't look that good, but I think that works okay. Okay, so now what you'll see is as it goes back, it peels, okay? I feel like it might peel a little too early for his size foot, so I'm actually gonna take this and go to like 9. All right, so I just hold shift, shift and click, and then I drag these center ones. I'm gonna do the same thing here. Okay, so it's gonna step, okay, and then we're gonna go to 21. And I am going to, usually I go 20, but I looked at this one, I remember I moved it to 9 on the other side. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to right click, go key selected to 0, and then at 24, I'm going to peel it, okay? And then I got to copy 24 to 1, okay? And then we're going to go up to 4 here, and I'm going to zero it back out, okay? And that should look okay. Good, okay. And when I'm looking at this too, if you look now, I feel like, see how his legs are so bent? I'm actually thinking I'm going to take these and actually extend them more this way and that way. These can actually go a bit farther. So I'm going to take this foot and actually push it back a bit more, like that. And I'm going to copy that. So I'm just clicking middle mouse button, click and drag, and hit S to key there. All right, and then it's forward here at 12. I'm going to push this a little bit farther forward as well. Good. I'll take this one. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna pull this back a little bit farther, because now that the heel is peeling, it has a little more room, which is good. Then I'm gonna take my forward and pull a little more forward. Middle mouse button, click and drag, and S, and good. That's a little bit better. Okay. Good. Now what I can do is, as it comes forward here, I'm going to actually take. Let's toe twist. That is not helpful. Toe FK. Good. That's what I wanted. So I'm gonna have right at. We're gonna go. Let's see. We'll say at 16. I'm gonna key this. Okay. Sometimes this will be called like toe roll. This one's called toe FK, which is a weird name for it. And then so at 16 I key it 0 because I don't want it to happen yet. Then at 20. I'm going to click and I'm going to drag it to go this way because I want to drag a little bit. And then here, I'm actually going to have it go this way a little bit. Okay, and then I'm going to copy it 24 to 1. So now it drags a little bit as it's going forward and then flops up like this. And then at 1 after, when the foot gets flat, because see the foot's up and then goes flat at 3, so I'm going to go to 4. I'm going to 0 out here. So it's a little bit offset. Do the same thing here. So I'm going to, we're going to say 4 here. I'm going to take this, I'm going to key it so it's at 0. And then here I'm going to bend it. Actually, I've changed my mind on that. Let's go back to here. Okay, so at 6, I'm going to key it at 0. And then at 8, I'm going to curl it in. And then at 12, I'm going to curl it up. Okay. And then at 15, I'm going to 0 it back out. Okay. And you'll see it's subtle, but it adds a nice little flop. See a nice little toe flop? Good. Okay, so we're going to call that good on the feet. You could get more nutty with it, but that should do okay. All right. So this is my up and down, right? So now what I need to do is I need to key it here, and I need to key it at 24. Okay, so that way that's what it looks like. All right. So right after the step is the lowest position. So at frame 4, it's got to be down. Okay, so I'm going to pull it down. And then at 8 is when it's at its highest. It's just as the leg's coming up, so I'm going to go as high as I can without that leg snapping. And that's it. So I'm going to take 4 and I'm going to copy that to, what would it be, 16. Let me see if it's 12. Yeah, 16. And I'm only going to right click and key select it on the Y because I don't want to key into the other attributes. I'm just looking to key the down position. Okay, so it should be the same. And then I'm going to take 8 and on the middle mouse button click to 20. And again, I'm going to right click and key select it. So it's just the Y. I don't want to key into the other attributes. So now you see the up and down, right? Looks pretty good. Beautiful. All right. So with that being done, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this one, which this should be the hips override, I'm guessing. Yep. Okay. So does this move it too? Okay. Well, that's cool. Look at squash and stretch. That's kind of cute. All right. So I'm going to use this as my hips override. So this I'm going to use in order to, yeah, right, because this moves independently of the stomach. So that's why I'm using this one. So I'm going to use this to key some things here. So I'm going to rotate it with the leg because the hip will kind of help it. So we'll say -15. Okay, I'm just going to type that in. And then I am going to right click on top of this one and only key rotate Y. I'm going to go to 12. I'm going to type in 15 because that's completely the opposite. And it automatically keyed it. And then I'm going to 24 and just type in -15 again. Okay, so you'll see the hips just move with the legs. Pretty simple. Okay, the next thing that needs to happen is